Good afternoon, and welcome to More Than Meets the Eye / Blind Builds with Blind Prime. I'm your host, Blind Prime, and today we're going to be talking about more Mills stuff. To all of you those out there wanting to see more Transformers, I have Magnus. I got him in yesterday. He will be next week's Transformer. Due to budgetary reasons, I'm only going to be covering one or two Transformers a month for a few months until I can get a better stable footing on my own budget, making sure that I can eat and live and things like that. So my apologies to all of you for not having the newest and the greatest Transformers, but I assure you, uh, as soon as this budget stuff gets under control, I'll be bringing you some cool stuff later on this year. Um, it's just that right now, it's not really possible. There's especially since there's that HasLab that I'm saving up for, and that's where the majority of the budget's going to be going for January, February, March is towards this HasLab. I've already started saving up, and if you want to help me out in any way whatsoever, please just hit me up. My email is blindprime1987 at gmail.com. So check that out, and you know send me a message or anything like that. I love to hear from my viewers and my listeners. I absolutely love hearing from you. It does make my day better whenever I get a message from one of y'all. It's always fun. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about a Mills plate. Now, if you watched my video last week on the Mills system, you saw I did a Mills road plate, and I also discussed my cave chunks, and how they were kind of a precursor, a prequel to Mills because of the way I built them, and I built them back in 2017. So I'm like, oh, that's kind of funny. It's one of those good ideas, and when there's a good idea, it's an idea that many people have. They may not have it at the same moment, but they're within a few years of each other. And Mills plate is apparently one of those ideas because I'm not the only one who came up with the idea a few years back. I was it's just that I'm not the one that pushed it really hard and brought it to conventions. Somebody else did, and I appreciate them immensely for that because they found ways to make the Mills plates work even better than what I had discovered. And that's one of the cool things about doing Lego and being in the Lego community and stuff is you get to experience things you didn't think about, engineering tips and tricks that you didn't perceive of. And so you can utilize other people's help and assistance and building a better build for yourself. It's really cool, and I really enjoy it. And I think it's it's something that I'm very happy is out there. It's really amazing that I've chosen Transformers and Lego. Lego's been with me my entire life, and Transformers have been with me my entire life. And discovering that both of those communities are very welcoming communities, and both of them are filled with just some of the really amazing people, just top notch people, and that's just wow. I'm so happy I chose these to go into because there's some pretty toxic fan bases out there, and it doesn't seem like Lego and Transformers are that toxic, and that's really cool. So, thank you to all of the fans out there of Lego and Transformers. You are all amazing people, and keep doing what you do, and keep including people, and keep welcoming people in. And it's awesome at a time where there's so much strife and negativity in the world. It's simply amazing to come across fan bases that are not that, and it's a breath of fresh air. I tell you that straight up. So that being said, let's talk about this mill system. I've been building something um, for my Iron Man Hall of Armor stuff. So you get this cool Hall of Armor stuff. You got little pieces laying around all over the place because it's still in the midst of a build. Uh, you get all this cool Iron Man Hall of Armor stuff. The neat uh, lab equipment and things that we talked about yesterday. And the question is, though, what do you do with it? You just keep it on a shelf, or do you try to integrate it into your city? And how do you integrate it into your city? Well, that was the question I had, and I figured I'd make a Iron Man little place, a place where Iron Man can hang out, and that's what this is right here. It is a structure that I intend to have Iron Man well, all of the Iron Man stuff in on the second and third stories. On the first story, on the other hand, this story is going to be devoted to some of the stuff that we got with the noodle shop. So first off, I'll show you this, which I made. It's a lowered garage. It's not the best in the world. I'm realizing I made some mistakes because when this vehicle were to drive in, hey, nuts. Okay, there it goes. So we just knocked that off her. Sure. Oh, that's what's the problem. Yeah. How am I knocking both of them over at the same time? Let's stop that from happening. Good. Okay, so there was a random brick in the way. It happens during a build. Construction means there's bricks everywhere. Let's put the light post back there. So the idea behind this is there will be a garage door, and then this thing drives in, and it just kind of parks. But it's a little crowded in here. It's a little cramped, but you can get the car to come in, and you can get the car to come out. It works out. I gave this an angle in here so that the car can actually park at an angle, and there'd be enough area for Tony Stark to get out. Here is one of those garage door pieces that I will be utilizing from the Hall of Armor set, or the Armory set, and that's going to go right there. I actually got the pieces on either side to slide it into, and it's just going to kind of just slide in and hang out there. That should work out pretty well for a garage door. Boom. Okay, so let's take out this garage door piece. We're going to set it off to the side. We're going to take out the car, and we're going to set it off to the side. I do wish I had, may have to redesign this with a better ramp, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments, do you think this is all right? If it's not for the fact I keep destroying this lamp here. I'm glad they're like nigh indestructible lamps. Okay, so we're going to set the car way over here where it's safe and out of the way, and Cream won't be able to attack it. Cream is sleeping right here. You know, who's a big orange guy? Who's a big orange sleepy guy? So let's get into what I've done for this plate. So that was the garage that I intend to do. Here is picking it up so that we can get a better look. The mills system is really cool because you can get three-dimensional with it. You can go below. So in the back area here, I have the green grass. I hope that's green. I got it out of my green box. And this is going all the way across, and I did a little creek. So there's a creek that runs down. And as I do more mills plates, I'm going to actually just install this creek into the back. I think this is fun. I did a little pond here, a little big area. There's an overhang on the little overhangs on the side here, like the creek has been eroding away at the land underneath. You know, there's a little bit of an overhang on this area here because this is supposed to be a patio outdoor area, and it's going to just overhang the creek just a little bit, the little pond, just a small bit, and I'm hoping that looks out pretty good. Then we have the green grass on the other side here. And this will be where the door is. There's going to be a door that goes about right there, right on the other side of this big old 4x6 plate that I put there. I'm going to put a door, and that's going to really bring this entire area together. Now the question is, I don't know if I want to put the bicycle repair shop on the first floor or the second floor. I'm really thinking the bicycle repair shop from the noodle shop should be on the first floor, and the arcade should be on the second. I've got the newsstand right here. I've partially built the newsstand. So we've got these windows that open up. There's the thing that holds the little postcards or things like that. I was thinking about it, and the perfect place for a newsstand would be right here, just off the sidewalk. Lamp, you can just stay down there. Yeah, you can just live over there. Okay, keep knocking that darn lamp over. So over here, I've got this really fun piece. This is a corner piece. Let me spin it so it's better visible to those of you who can see. And this interior area, I did a corner cut here. So that the car can have enough room to park diagonally. And this piece right here is something that I've been having around in my collection for a long time. It just never found a use for this stupid piece. And it's really difficult to find uses for these corner cut pieces that are tall. They're usually found in castles and stuff. Really neat. Let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. It's 3 by 3, but it's a an entire half of it is cut off. Really cool. I also utilized a fun piece, and in the noodle shop, we got a lot of unique tiles. There were some diagonal tiles. So they were 2 by 2 tiles that have been cut from corner to corner like you would a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And I took one of those tiles and I put it, and it may be different colored, but I put it in the corner where I used this corner cutting piece to go diagonally across, and I realized that that tile was perfect to fit into that area, and that was really cool. And I'm glad I had access to that piece. That really made this bottom garage area come out looking really well. It's just a good little garage. I even put a vent in here so that it's easier to wash your car and stuff. There's a vent, a little drain in the bottom of the garage. So let's put this corner piece back. It's still under construction, as you can really tell. It's basically what you get after you finish the first part of a Lego modular build. After you finish that first bag, you get tiled sidewalk, you get some more tiling inside, and maybe some bricks on the edges to indicate where the next part of the build will be. I've got some bricks on the sides, but they're not going to stay there because I still have to raise up this entire area where the bicycle shop or the arcade's going to go, and this entire area is going to get raised up to to be level with this plate and level with these tiles. If we can do that, this is going to become a very well put together build. I have been absolutely loving this build so far, and this tile is loose because I haven't decided, this plate is loose right here because I haven't decided if it's actually going to stay there or not. This is how I build as a blind person. I do set things down and lightly tamp them in place, and then I see if it will fit. I feel around, I check my dimensions. If it doesn't work, then I can easily just peel it up and be like, yeah, that was a stupid idea. If you tamp it down, now you got to get your little thing out that you can wedge under the sides and peel off the plate. It's always a pain, so I prefer to have options. Set it up temporarily and then decide if it's what I'm going to do or not. This build's taken me a few days to design, but now that this landscape here for the Mills plate was a pain, a little bit of a pain to design. It took me a bit to figure out exactly what I wanted to do with this, and now that I've figured out the landscape part of it, the build itself is going to be pretty easy. After all, I'm just taking some builds from the noodle shop. I didn't actually build the noodle shop. I got my friends to build the bicycle repair place, the newsstand, and the arcade from 2 noodle shops because all of those structures were just really fun to me. And I'm like, noodle shop sounds kind of neat, but honestly, I got all this Marvel stuff and Iron Man. I need him an arcade. I need an arcade, So that's what I'm going to be doing here. Is building a nice arcade structure with the Hall of Armour aspects on the 2nd and 3rd floor. Most likely I'm going to be putting the laboratory on the 2nd floor because it's going to be sharing the 2nd floor with either the arcade or the bicycle shop. But after that, the 3rd floor is going to be devoted to the Hall of Armour. It's going to be a lot of armor hanging out on the 3rd floor. And then this is what I wanted to end the video on. The coolest part about Mills plates, other than the fact that I'm always knocking stuff over, let me put the newsstand little guy back in here. You're supposed to go right there. Good job. Okay, so nuts. Just can't ever stop knocking something over. What was I going to mention? All right. So the coolest part about the Mills system that I have discovered is when it comes to building modular buildings, you always have to put those Technic bricks in the same exact spots. But that front Technic brick or the back Technic brick may be in a spot that you want to put more tile or something like that. You want to push in further. And because of the way the dimensions work for the modulars with those 2 Technic bricks on each side, you can't really get the tile going deeper in unless you build something on the side like the diner had. And I was thinking about this going, I really don't like what the diner did with that one thin area that's really flimsy, and it does have a tendency to try and undo your bricks. With the mill system, though, all the connections are down here inside of the landscape. So I can have all the tile I want on the top, and it won't interfere with the modular construction. I can still attach this to other modules that have the mill system integrated and make it a perfect structure. So what I'm doing here with this is I really enjoyed that L-shaped structure from Assembly Square. I really enjoyed that big empty area that there was for your minifigures to hang out in and stuff. And I thought to myself, how can I make that happen and keep the modular system going? And that's what I've been stuck on. I've been stuck on that for a while now, ladies and gentlemen. I've been trying my best to figure out how to get it done with working within the limitations that I had. Now that I've learned about the mill system, it's opened the doors. It's opened the doors for a lot more creative builds that have different varying shapes of the structures. Heck, I could even just tile up everything and put a gazebo in the center and then attach it to my other modular structures in my Lego city, and it will work. And that's the beauty of the mill system. That is what makes the mill system so versatile and immediately turned it into my favorite build system of all time. The only negatives to it is the piece count. But if you're like me and you got a lot of Lego bulk in your life from doing odd jobs and stuff, then you got the pieces. They're just laying around. You just need to utilize them. To any of the new collectors out there who don't have as many spare bricks that are in the colors they don't use, I wish you all the luck on your Lego adventure, and I hope that you can find all the pieces you need on Bricklink or something like that. I advise you strongly that if you're doing something like this, utilize Bricklink. Okay? They're the only ones that really sell the pieces at a reasonable price. Everybody else online, they kind of go a little outrageous with the Lego costs. Unless there's a site that I'm unaware of that has decent Lego at decent price, Bricklink is the only one available. And yeah, it does kind of suck that Lego bought them out. And that's a conversation for another day. But I think I have blathered on long enough today about this mill system. I hope that you've enjoyed my build that I'm doing so far, and I intend to showcase this to you whenever I finish the first floor, so you can kind of get an idea of what's been going on with this build for an Iron Man tower. Basically a Stark tower, but it's not going to be that tall. Anyway, this is a really fun system, and I highly recommend anyone who has a Lego city to start utilizing this, because this has changed the game when it comes to your building for your city, building for anything. This system changes it. This system opens up many doors that were shut to you because you still had to follow the limit, the very small amount of instructions and necessary things for modular buildings, but those necessary pieces that you have to put in do limit what you can build. And this changes that. This releases the limiters. And even better, if I put the diner on this platform, that means that I don't have to worry about accidentally snapping those bricks off whenever I connect them to another modular structure on the side that has that staircase. It's only one brick wide, and it's really flimsy. I don't like it. I don't like how flimsy that is. So this is going to change it, and I don't have to worry about that piece anymore. And that makes me a very happy Blind Prime. And I hope all of you out there are very happy today. I hope all of you out there are doing wonderful today. Please, before I let you go, like, share, and subscribe. Every like, every share, and every subscription goes a long way towards helping me reach more visually impaired and blind people out there. And it goes a long way to helping me reach those individuals out there who are perfectly able, who have never even thought about the blind before. And now I'm in their YouTube channel. Now I'm sitting there in their YouTube stream, and they're going, whoa, wait, blind people like Lego too? Yeah, well, blind people like Lego too. Check out my channel. Blind people like Transformers as well. Blind people can do a lot of things that sighted people never even think that we can do, because, well, And it's not the sighted person's fault. It's you rely really heavily on those eyes of yours, and that can be a limitation, relying so heavily on a sense. Maybe close your eyes occasionally and listen to my audio book, my audio descriptions of things, and allow your eyes to rest and train your ears. I've been training my ears. I've got superb directional hearing. What's your directional hearing like? Let me know in the comments. But share this and learn. And that's what this channel's about. It's about raising awareness and teaching people. And the more that I can teach and the more that I can help with my channel, then the better off we all are. The little wound is healed in the world. So help me out. And thank you all so much. Go out there and have a wonderful day. And don't forget to take some time to have some fun for yourself. Until next Pride, bye bye for now.